So, good morning, good afternoon, Receptive Radio community. So thankful that you're here watching live or you're catching the recording. So, this group is for conscious entrepreneurs, purpose workers, visionaries, and influencers who want to do their ultimate life purpose work. And I'm Jennifer Seifert, shamanic teacher, soul guide, and business mentor. And I'm so happy to bring you this episode, the second stage of purpose entrepreneurship, working it out. And so I did an episode on May 16th, the first stage of entrepreneurship called Figuring It Out. And there's a third episode coming in this 3-part series called Rocking It Out on June 6th, next Thursday. So thank you for coming live to everyone who's just coming on. Anyway, so let me tell you, who else has been overwhelmed with doing their purpose work and building a business or transitioning from a career and moving into doing your purpose work, or overwhelmed trying to figure out what you want to do with your life and what the next stage is? I have been there. So if you have also been there, overwhelmed, not sure what to do, put a yes in the comments. So doing your purpose work, there is this figuring out stage, which I talked about last week, so you can catch the replay there, but I have to reference it in this case because we need to move from the figuring out stage to the working it out stage to start doing stuff. The figuring out stage is this conceptual, visionary, dreaming it up kind of ideas, inspirations, figuring out how do I do this, how do I do that, how am I going to do that, who am I, what is my purpose, why am I doing this? And so you figured those things out, and it's easy to get stuck in that stage sometimes, and you have to take the leap. You have to move into more power to get this purpose going and get into the working it out stage. And I find that sometimes this is a hard leap to make because we have resistance. We get stuck with thinking we need to keep learning more or getting certificates or that kind of thing, And so it can be overwhelming at the beginning. And I want to help you know that is normal. That is normal. And it's important that we actually get into this working out stage where we test things out, where we make mistakes, where we fall down, where we get up, where we see where we're strong and where we are weak. And in this working it out stage, when it comes to your purpose work or your business aligning with your purpose, you need to take all of the skills that you've ever learned in all of your careers since you were a child to put them to work. And for me, being an accountant was a very business structured, orientated, professional profession for me. So there is a lot of skills in there that I have to take to put my own business into the world. And because I worked with so many entrepreneurs, I really studied them and their business too, and got to know intimately what entrepreneurship is like. And I was an entrepreneur as an accountant as well. So, but I didn't have to sell and market myself. So that is the skill that I have been learning, that I have been having to work out, that I have had to figure out, and that I need to rock out. And I know there is lots of you in this group who need to do that too. And when we're moving into the working it out stage, we have to get out of the comfort zone of the figuring it out stage and take some risks. So the universe loves action. And my favorite coach who always helps me move forward, he says this a lot. The universe loves action. And that's one of my great skills is I work with the universe to help me get things done, help me to move forward, tell me where to go, set me up in the right place and the right people and all that kind of stuff. And I teach other people how to use and work with the universe in that way, in the highest way. And this other part of the discussion I want to talk about is like business is multidimensional. Yeah, it's professional, it's business. Yeah, it's spiritual too, because you need to transform all of these fears that are inside of you that have been holding you back from doing what you love. And that is part of it, part of the work too. And it's also, what is your purpose? Like, why are you doing this work? So it's not like a cut and dry discussion we're going to have here. There's stages of figuring it out, working it out, and rocking it out on multiple levels. Because you can be figuring it out in one thing and rocking it out on another. So all of this discussion applies to everything, but whatever I talk about for the examples, I'm using those specifically. So I notice a lot of people getting stuck in the figuring it out stage when they are starting something new, when it's doing your purpose, becoming powerful at it, and creating prosperity, what you love. And the reason we get stuck is because we think we haven't figured it out yet, or that we have to figure it out more. And we don't take the risks to move into this working it out stage because, it's kind of like a catch-22. I haven't figured it out yet, so I can't work it out yet. I'm not going to work it out yet because I haven't figured it out yet. So you need somebody to help you move along. You need your coaches, you need your mentors. You need to keep moving and take risks and make mistakes. So for example, I'm going to tell you a story. This show, this Receptive Radio, this Facebook group and private podcast that I created originally when I started it back last February in 2023, I was only starting it to be for my clients, a place for them to come and get more resources and practices and tools to keep them moving forward. And because I had that idea, I figured it out. Oh, I should do this. Okay, I figured that out. Then I decided to take action. So I moved into the working it out stage as soon as I decided to take action, set up the group, set up the tools to stream to the group. And then because I told the universe I'm going live on Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. every Thursday for 20 minutes, I needed things to talk about. I needed to be prepared. And I also want to start speaking on stages. And this is a great place for me to start speaking, to start doing that. And so I knew all of that back in February, and that's what I wanted to work out. I wanted to work out that, yeah, I want to do this and I need to test it. So until October 2023, I actually just had it for my group of clients. And then I got better at it. I got better at it. I got better at it. I got better at coming up with ideas. And the universe helped me. My support team of the universe helped me because I had given myself that date and time every week that I had to do this and I was going to get on live. I damn well better have something ready to talk about. And so on Mondays, I started getting topic ideas. I started getting, and so I would put them on the sticky note and, okay, I'm going to talk about that and do that practice. Sorry. And so I did it. It came, it flowed. The universe worked with me. I started doing that. But in October, I decided, why am I holding this so small? Why am I keeping this so small? I had gotten better at it. And I had figured out that I need to take it to another stage and work it out in a bigger audience and grow this group because this is a community I want to create. I want to have a community. I want to work with other people, a bigger people. I need to be seen in a bigger way. And I decided to open it up. And now I have more people in the group and it's growing and growing. And now I have a website where I have a landing page for it and everything. Like it started growing. It started working itself out. It started working itself out. But if I just sat with that idea of, oh, I should do this, I have this idea, and I figured out I have this idea, and I just like, oh, well, now I have to come up with topics, and maybe I need to plan more, and maybe I need to learn how to do a podcast and all that kind of stuff. I would have put more things in my way that I needed to figure out before I actually worked it out. So I took the risk to just work it out live. Work it out live, make mistakes on camera, have the phone ring, because I forgot it was even there, and, make mistakes live to work it out. So I want to do a bit of a practice here around safe problems, because if we don't start working it out more in all ways, spiritually, business, personally, we can't move forward. And there's this bid for power that we have to go for, to become more powerful, to realize our potential. And this is a shamanic thing, a bid for power. It's like you're on the edge of a transformation, and you need to step into this new threshold, this new door that's opening. And when you do, you're going to be more powerful. But if you trip and fall when you do that, you could get burned, or you don't even do it at all. So there is a risk when you want to grow more powerful. And that's called a bid for power in shamanic terms. And so we, as entrepreneurs, and Del Lewis, I've been watching his videos lately on social media. He has been talking about this. If you want to be more powerful at what you're doing, you have to be on the edge all the time. You have to be at the tip of the spear all the time to get better at what you do, to get better at business, to get wealthier at your business. So you have to get into this working it out stage so that you can get into the rocking it out stage with your business. It's hard to go from figuring it out all the way to rocking it out. You got to get into this working it out stage where you'll start rocking some things out pretty soon. It will help you to rock different aspects out very fast. And so just want to tune into the practice here of safe problems. And so close your eyes. Just get comfortable in your seat and take a deep breath, because I'm going to ask you an important question. And I want you to be clear. So just take some deep breaths in through the nose, blow out through the mouth. And just bring to mind that thing that you have been figuring out that needs to move into this working it out stage. And I'm going to ask you a question, and when the answer arises, go with the first one that comes in. So what excuse or distraction do I put in my way so I can stay safe in the comfort zone? What distraction or excuse do I make so I can stay safe in the comfort zone? And so go with the first answer, and if you want, put it in the chat, in the comments. And just start noticing that question, that answer that came up. Because I'll give you a little example. I had this happen to me with networking. I did not want to network. I'm kind of introverted. And I just, the universe can't help me though unless I get out there and network. So it kept coming in. I kept making excuses for it. I didn't want to try it until I finally got it through my head in a safe problem workshop I was in that, yeah, networking is my safe problem. So whatever came up for you first, go with that as your safe problem. Trust that the right answer came in. And if you're saying these things about that thing, like, so this is what I was saying about networking. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to do it. Can somebody else do it for me? Is there another way? Do I really have to do it? You know, if you're saying that around this thing that came up for you in your answer from that question, what excuse or distraction do I put in my way so I can stay safe? You need to try it. You have to do something. You have to test it. You have to take a risk. You have to go for that bid for power and step over that threshold and make that thing, like, work it out. Be okay with going scared. Be okay with taking a risk. And bring that to your coach. Bring that safe problem that you just identified to your next coaching session, to your next mentoring session, so that you can go forward. Because when you start working it out, you'll realize that, what was I afraid of? You know, I was in my networking group this morning and I love it. And I'm expanding the people I know. I'm expanding my network. So whatever it is for you that came up with that question that I asked, and if you need to do the recording, the replay, or just write that question down, what excuse or distraction do I tell myself so I can stay safe in the comfort zone of figuring it out, and just work with it this week? And notice what comes up for you. What do I do? What excuses? Or just start watching yourself, how you give yourself excuses to not do something, or how you distract yourself from it. Because in order to solve this safe problem, you have to take a risk. And you must take a risk to get more powerful at what you do, at your purpose, to realize your potential, to do what you love and make money at it, to become this purpose worker, this entrepreneur who's going to make an impact. You have to move through these safe problems and work them out. You have to test out things and work it out. So thank you so much for doing this practice with me. So I just want to ask you, what would be different if you had support with figuring it out and working it out and rocking it out? Would you move faster into the stages and through things that come up for you while you're building your business, while you're transitioning careers, while you're making that life change? So my purpose is to help other people do their ultimate purpose. And I realize I see people's potential and I want them to manifest it. I want you to do it. And I love cheering you on and championing you on and giving you the tools and skills and practices necessary to help you keep moving forward so you can do it. And I know it's really easy to step back into the comfort zone when we come up against resistance, when we come up against these safe problems, and they slow us down. They slow us down. And in order to evolve as humans, as we need to not slow down anymore. We need to move forward through our issues. We need to move forward through our challenges. And if, you know, I have these 3 promises and they're my taglines, you know, purpose, power, prosperity. Like, I want you to align with your purpose. I want you to be powerful at it. And I want you to create prosperity doing what you love, because I feel like if we all did that, this world would be a way better and happier place. There'd be way more fulfillment and way more prosperity in general, because we would all realize that there's more than enough for everybody. And we can all work together. And if this sounds like something you need help with, if you've come up with a safe problem and you don't have a mentor and you don't have anyone to work with, or you want to try it out with me, I have room for 5 consult sessions right now called Figure Out Your Purpose Breakthrough Call. I'm going to put the link in the chat or the comments. And I would really love to help you. So I'll give you some resources and help you move through that safe problem issue that came up for you during this session. And I'm so grateful for the viewers that come on and watch live and everyone who watches the replays. And thank you so much for all of your support. So you're watching Receptive Radio, your tuning station podcast. And I'm Jennifer Seifert. And this group is for visionaries, conscious entrepreneurs, purpose workers who want to do their ultimate life purpose or are already doing it. And you can network in this group. You can tell us your free webinars or your next event that's coming up, that maybe there's people in this group that want to go, that are your ideal clients. And so if you would be so kind, put some comments, put some likes, share this post, invite your friends, invite those conscious people that you know who would be a great fit for this group. And so thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.